What is up, college students and whoever else may be watching? This is me and Kingsley's podcast. It's called The Pod About God. Like I just said, I'm Copeland, and this is Kingsley. And Kingsley will explain to you in further detail what it is.
Okay, so this podcast is for our college ministry at the University Church of Christ. We've got 10 episodes planned right now. We might do more because we keep having new ideas. I just texted you one the other night. So we might have 11 episodes now.
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. But what we're hoping this is something that can at least get the wheels turning on some biblical questions that are relevant to your college experience. So, but we also hope that it's, general enough for pretty much everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But it should be extra helpful if you're in college. And one of our main ideas behind the podcast is, so much I think now is going to be, like, how much is the world going to change with ChatGPT? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Is this going to be a thing where, people are like, oh, those automobiles, them cars ain't going to go nowhere. It's going to be horses. Is it going to be like that or what?
Yeah, AI will definitely have a huge role to play in what happens to our...
Yeah, I'm kind of, excited, but, mostly just terrified.
A little bit like iRobot with Will Smith.
Yeah.
No.
Terminator, I know I asked you that earlier. Skynet, does that mean anything to you? You've seen those movies?
Might be a little bit too young for those boomer movies, Kingsley.
Okay, so if you're an old person, Terminator's our frame of reference there. You guys, I guess, is iRobot. Both good movies, though.
Yeah.
Both pretty good. So, but one of the main ideas behind our podcast is there are a lot of things that you can't just ask ChatGPT for and to expect to get a good answer. Like, there are things that you actually have to use your own brain, not just the brain of some AI that someone else has programmed. Like, you got to really think through some stuff, and there are a lot of questions, especially about our faith, and especially, I'd say, during those college years that we've got to be able to work through on our own. So what we're going to do in this podcast is Copeland is going to lob some kind of question out there, which Copeland has always been good for. As we're recording this, Copeland just graduated from Faulkner University just a few weeks ago. Yep, so you can send in your congrats to him. But Copeland, your whole time in the college group, anytime you would call me or text me, it was one of two things. It was either a really profound biblical question that was really good, and I thought, man, what a great question. And then some of them were kind of ridiculous. So can you give me one of your good ridiculous questions here for everybody?
Oh, good ridiculous ones got to be, can you be baptized in the snow?
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Can you get baptized? I'm still thinking about that.
Call me Curious George.
Okay, so we got Curious George. We can edit that out. We got Curious George over here. But, yeah, so he's going to throw us some questions, some ridiculous ones for fun, but he's going to give us some big questions to chew on. We're going to try to get our best answer. And then after we get our best answer at the very end of the episodes, we're going to ask the exact same question to ChatGPT. And we're going to get a judge to help us in between the episodes to tell us who's got a better answer. And if we win, obviously, we just roast ChatGPT and we're smarter than ChatGPT.
No.
But if we lose, we're going to have to do some kind of pay some sort of penalty or punishment that we're going to have our college students from university turn in. And, we're going to screen those before we actually agree to.
Kingsley will lose. He will lose one.
No, you're with me. If we lose, you have to do it too. We're together. We're a team. It's not me versus ChatGPT. So one of the topics, or one of the titles we thought about was Copeland and Kingsley versus ChatGPT, but we decided not to go with that. Pod About God's much better.
Yeah, it's got to.
But that's the whole premise. Lots of cool topics. So Copeland, what are some of the topics that you mentioned? I won't pull them up here, but
yeah, we're running out of time, so I'll read them pretty quick. Our first episode is going to be what does the Bible say about the rapture? Then after that, we're going to follow that with Revelation and the signs of the end. We got how do I discuss the gospel with my family? We have choosing a Christian spouse, misconceptions about the churches of Christ. Is there a right way to study the Bible, or should I just read? We got prayer. For all you guy college students, we're going to do a whole podcast about dinosaurs.
Shout out to Thomas Woodison.
Yes, so stay with us. We're going to talk about, did God's wrath stop after the Old Testament? And then we're going to go to baptism, have a whole podcast about baptism.
Yeah, well, we're super excited for this. We have been talking about this for 2.5 weeks now, and we're finally getting to push record.
The most excited I've ever seen Kingsley, let me just say.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, so stick around, and we should be posting the first full episode tomorrow, the next day. Just depends on how slow I am editing. All right.
Soon, hopefully.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching.